Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Now for most of you who are just very new and just stopping by and say hello, hi, my name is Siren Frost. I am the hostess of this channel, and this week, for today, oh yeah, by the way, for most of you who are new, like I said, my name is Siren Frost, and for most of you who are recurring, welcome back to my channel. For some reason I can't speak straight to my mouth right now, but excuse me. So, you guys can obviously tell I changed the mat up a little bit because this is my official Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck profile mat. Then the other one for Luke here is my Cardfight Vanguard deck profile video. So, in this week, I decided to do 2 deck profiles for Yu-Gi-Oh! Because, well, I haven't done Yu-Gi-Oh! In a hot minute, and I'm kind of missing it. Originally, that's how my channel was supposed to be formed. It was Yu-Gi-Oh! Only. And then other games got in the way, and, you know, I love it too much. Excuse me. Okay. Okay. So for this week's 2 Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck profile videos, I decided to re-update my Roxrose Dragon deck profile and my Harpie Lady deck profile. 2 of the decks that I hold so dear to, because they made me feel happier about myself, and they're the reason why I even got more into this game than anything. I've had more success with Harpie Ladies and Roxrose back then. Unfortunately, it's not up par with the meta right now, but you know what? Who fucking cares about the meta? It's dead, it's buried, but everyone wants to live off it. Think of it as a scripture, holy sacred scripture for the church of meta and all that stuff. To me, it's boring, if you ask me. But this is my updated deck profile of Roxrose Dragons, featuring the newer support we gotten from Lightning Overdrive and a few other stuff. So I'm actually excited to share with you guys. And I know most Roxrose decks are about sometimes control. The one video I actually was very impressed, and I'm still impressed this day. Because every day I go back and forth to see my channel, my videos, back then, my old videos. And the one that got more views and more comments than anything else, and made more likes, is the Roxrose Dragon, the Rebirth. And I was very happy about that. Because I did not expect my Roxrose deck to be more popular than my other videos ever did. So, that's kind of why I did it. So, in honor of that memory, and in honor of Akiza, who was also one of my favorite characters, actually, yeah, one of the few favorite characters I liked in 5Ds, and her and my Valentine have a lot in common. The fact that their actress is Erica, I forgot her last name. If you guys know who she is, I'm so sorry, I forgot her last name. But she's played by Erica, portrayed as Erica by her voice actress. And so that's why it holds a great sentimental value to me, pretty much. And it's like one of the few decks that made me feel really happy and confident in myself and my abilities. Now, with that being said and done, let's just jump right into this video and let's have fun with it. So for monster cards, we're doing, I think the fairies first. I'm playing 2 copies of, oh god forbid, I don't want to say that first card. It says Ruddy Rose Dragon, but we all know it's Bloody Rose Dragon, or Rose Witch. What is it? I'm sorry, that dragon's on my mind right now. Let me mind. There. I cannot speak. But yeah, 2 copies of Blood Rose Witch, and she's a sister evolution of, I think this little sister of Witch the Black Rose. Now her skill is I'm gonna have to probably do this again, but hold on. You contribute this card to add 1 Witch the Black Rose from your deck to your hand, and if you do, take 1 level 3 or lower plant type monster from your deck and place it on top of your deck. And then immediately after this effect resolves, you can normal summon 1 Witch the Black Rose from your hand. You can banish this. That's the good effect. That's why it's a combo. So before I read more of this, actually I'm going to go ahead and read the rest of it. You can banish this card from your graveyard, return 1 of your Roxrose Dragon or Bloody Rose Dragon that is banished in your graveyard to the extra deck, you can use this effect by a Bloody Rose Witch once per turn. Now, I could actually just play 3 of this card, because she is also a tuner type as well, but I also want to make some, because the deck is mostly featuring around the dragons, so, and the fairies are just a little small, the witches and the fairies are just more support. So basically, my favorite combo is, you can banish or tribute this, add a which the Black Rose, and then, activate Witch's effect, activate that to summon Rose Fairy, or if you can play a Rose Fairy on it basically, and just summon it for Synchro Summoning, which is easy. So, that's why they decided to do it. God, I don't know why I'm really having a hard time speaking today. Holy shit. Probably this damn cold I have. Crap. And no, it's not COVID. Thank God. Anyways, I'm playing 2 Witch of the Black Roses, just because she was one of my favorite tuners back in the day, when I was first started playing Black Rose in its raw form, pretty much. And she was a very tough one to get, because at the time she was like around maybe $5 or so, or $2, $2 or $3. But at the time I didn't have enough money, because I just started my job back in the day, so it's just difficult, Next, we're adding the newest addition to our family is Rose Princess, and I love the artwork on it, except I did realize finally they added a little black thing next to her cleavage, because her artwork it shows cleavage. I know. This whole deck is somewhat of a joke in its own right, but it's only because Ruddy, it means bloody. So, they don't want to offend the kids, of course, I can understand, but come on, we're adults. Let's have blood and gore and some nudity or something, some boobs or something. I don't know. But anyways, Rose Princess is our newest addition to our family, and she has an ability is you can discard this card to add 1 White Rose Cloister. I'll have the name in the description down below in the deck list. So you guys could probably sound it sounded like more French, but I'm gonna read one of the other effects too, because this is again one of the newest ones, and I can't remember effects from on top of my head. So, if only your opponent controls a monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. If summoned this way, it's treated as a tuner. Okay, that's it. That's all you gotta do. So, that's again another tuner technically. So, you're basically running. I don't even know. Hold on. It's 3, 6. So technically, you're running 12 tuners in this deck. I know that's probably a little far-fetched, but you'll see what I'm gonna get at, like, down the road here a bit. But yes, let's welcome Rose Princess to the family of roses. Next, I'm playing 2 copies of Rose Fairy, because not only is she my personal favorite, and she goes perfectly hand-to-hand with Rose Witch, but her skill is when she's added from your deck to your hand because of an effect, you can summon her to the field straight away. And that's why they had the combo, because in the episode where Akiza fought against Misty, she had to make Black Rose Witch's special effect in her Dark Witch mode. I guess I could probably say it for Akiza. She drew Rose Fairy, and she summoned to the field, summoned Roxrose Dragon, take out every single card that happened. So, yeah. But I think the downside is, I realized in that episode, is that Roxrose Dragon's effect should destroy all cards in the field. But it did not destroy the field spell, the Mirror of Truth, or what it's called. I don't know. I just thought it was kind of stupid, but what can you do? It's Konami for you. Okay, so now we got done with the fairies. Now we're moving on to dragons. So we got 3 copies of Red Rose Dragons, a new tuner to the family. So I'm going to have to read this more carefully because I can't remember some effects on my head. If this card is sent to the graveyard as SYNCHRO material, you can special summon 1 Rose Dragon from your hand or deck, except Red Rose. Okay? Then, if it was sent for the Synchro summon for the synchro summon of Black Rose Dragon or a plant synchro monster, you can also add 1 Frozen Rose or 1 Blooming of the Darkest Rose from your deck to your hand. You can only use the effect of Red Rose Dragon once per turn. So, you know, that's kind of understanding why we play three of her. The way I kind of see it as well is that all the roses that we currently have, minus Twilight Rose Knight and Splendid Rose, we basically have a number of female cards in this deck. So, and that's where I rely on my decks more on anything, because females get the more priority than the males do. Pretty much. So yeah, that is an awesome effect from Red Rose, and that's why I place her at 3. Now, for the next one, we're playing 3 copies of White Rose Dragons, one of the non-tuners. If you control a Dragon-type tuner monster, you can special summon this card from your hand or graveyard. Oh, no. That's the other one. My bad. I think, yeah. Okay. Oh, that's one of the following effects. Okay, so the full effect is, when this card is normal summoned, you can special summon 1 Rose Dragon from your hand or graveyard except White Rose. And you can only activate each of these effects of White Rose Dragon once per turn. If you control a Dragon Tuner or Plant Tuner, you can summon this card from your hand. Special it. If this card is sent to a graveyard as synchro material, you can add 1 level 4 Allure Plant Monster or higher plant monster from your deck to the graveyard. Oh, you can send 1 level 4 or higher plant monster from your deck to the graveyard. Okay. I know you're all probably thinking that this one here is not as great, but this is a theme for Akiza, because her main ace is Black Rose Dragon, and why not add all the Rose Dragons to it? I know it's probably a little too much, and maybe a little bit of cliche, but this is how I like to build it. Next, we're playing 3 Blue Rose Dragons, just because it's saved my ass before. And yes, these are the original Secret Rare versions, which I love. I really actually like. And then finally, we're playing Roxrose Dragons at 3. So there's a lot of dragons in here. So that's what it looks like. It's a pink one. So we got red, white, blue, and pink. So we have a little American flag here, apparently. But yes. So Roxy Rose is the newest addition to the family, and her skill is, if this card is normal or special summon, you can add 1 card that specifically lists Black Rose Dragon in its text from your deck to your hand. While this card is in your graveyard, if a face-up Rose Dragon monster or plant synchro monster you control is destroyed by battle or an opponent's card effects, you can add this card to your hand. So, that's one way to get this card back. You know what? Let's move this out of the glare a bit. Okay, so the glare is going to have to be there for a little second. Sorry, guys. I can always move it up next time. But yeah, this is a lot of monsters, I know, but this is actually working for me personally. So I can't really be complaining too much about it. God, I gotta learn to speak better English, apparently. I don't know. I kind of lost my English a bit when I started learning some Spanish and all that stuff, so. And that's not a joke. So that's all for monsters. Now for spells, we're playing 2 different field spells. One is the newest one, White Rose Cloister. If you control no monsters, you can special summon 1 Rose Dragon from your, or 1 plant monster from your hand. You can only activate. You can only use the White Rose Dragon or White Rose Cloister once per turn. During your turn, during your draw phase. Okay, I'm gonna have to fucking write this. I can't see. Before you draw, you can declare 1 card type, monster, spell, or trap. Reveal the top card of your deck, and if it was declared card type, apply this effect for the rest of the turn, even if it leaves the field. Level 7 or higher synchro monsters you control gain 1,000 attack. That's an interesting effect, but that's why I can't rely on it too much. So I'm going to leave it at 2. Next, we have 2 copies of Black Rose Garden, or Black Garden. And this card saved my butt a couple times because every time a monster is summoned to the field, their attacks get cut in half. And each person can special summon 1 token, depending on who summons the monster and whatnot. So it's like a giant control field, and that's where the extra monsters comes in. pretty much. So you can have a number of supplies of 12 tuners in the deck, and you have other monsters as backups, even if they're not really legal monsters, you know. Next, we're playing 3 copies of Basal Rose Shoot. And again, I love this card right here. Now, this card is very special, and you can only play one of them once per turn, but that's when you're like, you can always set one face down and activate the other one from your hand. But this one lets you summon special summon one Rose Dragon from your hand or deck. Oh no, graveyard in defense mode. My bad. So again, that will help you with more synchro summoning, which the deck is basically about synchro summoning. Next, we're playing 3 Frozen Roses. My personal fave, just because it applies to certain effects. Like, if you send one monster from your side of the field, you can apply one of the following effects. If it's a non-plant monster, add a level 4 or below plant monster from your deck to your hand. Or if it is a plant monster, at the end phase of your turn, you can draw 2 cards from your deck and ditch 1. So it's a nice little pot of greed feel to it. Now, for the generic stuff, we're playing 1 Monster Reborn, Harpie's Feather Duster, and 2 copies of Lightning Storm. And yes, I'm playing the card. I know you're all saying, like, it's the card. Depending on how you want to think about it. But yeah, that is my spells. Not much, you guys are probably shocked. And this is not a competitive deck, so don't ask me to do competitiveness, knowing the fact that I'll probably say no. Now, for traps, I'm playing only 6 traps. And they're just something that you probably just never expect to happen. For traps, I'm playing 3 Blooming the Darkest Rose to add more tokens to the field. And then 3 Crackdowns. Pretty much. So, it has some sort of form of control. But back then, I used to play Wall of Thorns, which is a plant version of Mirror Force. But, you know, I decided to take that out because you're not running many plant types. You could, Wall of Thorns is a very optional card as well. I just choose not to play it. You know, because there are other cards that I can do better with it. So now, for the extra deck, we're playing 2 main Black Rose Dragons, 2 Black Rose Moonlight Dragons to get rid of the return some cards to the field. The main ace of the deck, 2 Bloody Rose Dragons. And yes, this is all dragons, so yes, show some love to the dragons. 2 copies of Garden Rose Maiden to search your deck for a Black Garden field spell. And other stuff. 2 copies of Garden Rose Flora. And this is just a plant synchro tuner type. You know, again, more tuners in the synchro. 2 Splendid Roses. And 1 Queen of Thorns for the synchro summoning, just because you want to add more damage to your opponent. And then finally, we're also playing the 2 links Crossrose Dragons. It does count as a synchro summoning by tributing himself and the plant type to special summon a synchro monster from your extra deck, ignoring its conditions. So that is this is my official updated deck profile of Black Roses, and I'm glad that I finally got to have the opportunity to do so. I was very happy to do so. Sorry guys, my throat's been kind of cutting me out lately. Also, just for giggles, I'm playing 6 Rose tokens, and I know this is a monster that's from Magic Gathering, but my friend made these for me, and because I don't have the official Rose tokens, so I have these. So yeah, that is my conclusion deck profile update of Black Rose Dragon. I hope you guys do enjoy this video very much. It will make me feel a lot happier if, you know, you show some love to the videos. I know it's been a very long time. But yeah, that's all I gotta say for you guys. And right now, I hope you guys have a good day, make good choices, and enjoy the rest of your week. I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm Siren Frost, signing out.